Hello, this is Clopout321, and this is going to be my 5th tutorial. It's basically a recap from the past, and I'm going to be going over commenting, the if and else a bit more, more on the array, and we're going to use those two functions, counting and print_r, for some help, to help us today. And the first thing we're going to do is start out and say, This is going to be a file about shirts. Now, one thing about commenting is, like, I put this in a comment because if someone else does read it, they're going to know instantly that this file is about shirts. And if you're doing a project with someone else, it is advised to use comments so that they can catch on to what you're doing. Now, I'm going to say, as an array, we're going to make a bunch of shirts. But first we're going to work on sizes, and we're going to define it first and then make it easy by going shirts, and then we're going to do this, add, and I'm going to copy this so I can use it later, and then we're going to say extra small, and then just small, and then we're going to go on through medium, and then let's see here, large, and then extra large. Now we're going to say here, you can pick from, and then we're going to say, since we're too lazy to count all this by hand, we're just going to use a function to do it for us. Plus, it's nice if you have to take out something later in the database if you're using one. And let's continue this and saying, okay, and you can say, here are your options. And then we're going to use print r. Now, of course, you're not going to do this if you're actually going to be using it, but we're just going to be using it because it's quick and dirty and it gets the point across. But I'll teach you in the future how to make your own functions with loops and how to display special things like this. And we're going to save this, go back to Firefox, and let's see here. That's right. One thing about print R is that it takes a high priority in the execution, so you need to separate it out of your echoing, since print R, it's its own self echo, and all this is processed before it echoes it. So this happens before this happens. Now I'm going to save it and then go here. Say you could pick from 5 shirts, and here are your options. 0's for extra small, 1's for small, and so on. Now, in the array here, let's say I want my size, or let's put a variable into the URL. And we're just doing this because I'm not going to go into the HTML to be specified in this. And I'm going to say I want a large shirt. And I have not made anything for it yet, so let's go back and do that now. Now first I'm going to do the isSet thing, just for safety reasons. And not size, yeah, that's what we're going to set it to though. And then we're going to go and say here's size. And I'm just going to copy this variable here. And I'm going to say, let's see here, the size is going to be this. And obviously by default we're going to probably want to work with the medium. And let's see here, $size equals, and I recall that medium was 2, because this is going to be 0, 1, and then 2. And that should work there. And then we're going to say And since we're in a browser that does HTML, I'm just going to do a new line. Okay, now you don't have to worry about that because this is just HTML. And first, let's just say, for the sake of it, let's find out what size we're getting if we pass it through. And I'm going to put into the URL size equals 3. Now that's right. And 3, which leads to medium, large, we should get here if we say echo, and then let's just comment this out real quick, and say you ordered the shirt size, and then we're going to use the variable, and we're going to use this dot to concatenate, and do shirts, and then we're going to use the size, and save. Now I should get large because 3 leads to large, and if I do 4 in the URL, I should get extra large, and if I do 0, I should get extra small. Now let's go back here and let's see what else we can do here. Well, let's try working on the the cost, and we're going to add another variable in here, and we're just going to copy this as a template, and we're going to say by default they're how many they're ordering, so we're going to name it quantity, or just quant because I probably can't spell that right, and paste it over there, and we're going to say this instead of size, we're going to put in quant, and same here, and we're going to add here, and you ordered, then we're going to say the quantity starts in this size. Now if I save it and push this, yeah, I need to put a space after this, right there, and refresh. It's going to say you ordered a shirt size extra small and you ordered 0 shirts in this size. I'm going to change the size to 3 for large. Then I'm going to add inside the URL the ampersand, which basically means and. Then I'm going to say quant